Turning now to the Weather Watch, Robb Ellis is back with a check of the frigid forecast.
I mean, it's going to drop pretty quickly tomorrow. We'll get back into the 20s, but then we all go downhill from there. Beautiful shot from Navy Pier right now. Temperatures currently into the 20s. Couple of 30s still showing up, but those are in northwest Indiana. And overall, we've got this north component to our wind. That is the reason it's going to stay so cold, not just tomorrow, but really over the next couple of days. Those temperatures, they're not going to move very much as well. In fact, I don't know that you'll get above these temperatures for tomorrow. So once we hit midnight, it's probably going to be your high temperature for the day. As far as what's happening on radar, well, there's not a whole lot going on. There's a little bit of moisture out there, but most of this is going to try to stay farther to the south. It is possible we could see a couple of snow showers tomorrow. Let me show you Futurecast. It'll really illustrate what I'm talking about. The next system will start to come into frame once we get into tomorrow. You'll see that move on by. Here's tomorrow morning. There may be a few lake effect snow showers, so watch for that. I don't think it's going to amount to much in the way of any accumulation, but of course, if you're going to be in northwest Indiana, keep that in mind, because as this rolls by, we may see a little bit of that moisture lift far enough to the north that some minor accumulation, a quick little dusting could occur before this finally moves all out of here, and then maybe a few lake effect snow showers kicking in the afternoon as well. After that, it's quiet, and it looks to stay quiet for several more days. Really, most of the week is pretty quiet. It's just a temperature story. So let's talk about those numbers. By the way, wanted to mention, some of the snow totals here, very, very light, depending on which model you look at. Almost all of the models keep the snow out of Chicago, but again, northwest Indiana or maybe down to Kankakee, you could have a little bit of very light snow, again, in the form of maybe about a dusting or so. 17 for tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We pretty much do the same thing for tomorrow. I've got that isolated snow shower chance in there for the southern locations, but mostly cloudy skies really going to be the rule. And 24 for your high temperature, and this too will be one of the warmer days over the next maybe 4 or 5. It'll take us 4 or 5 days before we get back there. The temperatures, while they will cool down into the teens tonight and then surge back into the 20s very gently, then it's a pretty steady drop down to near zero by early Monday morning, and we'll only get into the teens for daytime highs. But it's that wind chill that's going to be so much colder. Once we get into late Sunday night and into Monday early morning, you could see your wind chill values 5 to maybe 15 below zero, and there could be a couple of spots that get 15 to 25 below zero. That's going to put it in that advisory criteria. And when we get to that advisory criteria, I think sometime tomorrow afternoon or evening, they'll issue a wind chill advisory. It may not be for the entire area. It may just be some of our western locations where that minus 20 to maybe minus 25 threshold is going to be flirted with just a little bit. Here's high temperatures, 13. That's your high on Monday, 18 for Tuesday, and the overnight lows are going to be much colder than that. Single digits to near zero. Will likely be a few spots that get down below zero, especially the farther north and west you go. It takes us all the way to Thursday, well, really Friday, before we get back into the 30s. And by the weekend, though, we will get above freezing. We do have a little bit of precipitation in the form of maybe some light snow. That entire forecast is below the average.
Yes, we've noticed.
I know.
Fix that. Thanks,
I'll do
Robb.
my best.